Dexter plays They Are Billions by Numantain Games. Welcome back to They Are Billions. This is the failure episode of the final mission. I have attempted this now, I think, 3 times. Four. I've done it 4 times. The first time I made it pretty far, and I got to the point where the harpy wave came in and hopped over some of my walls, and I just was not prepared for a harpy wave. A couple things I took away from that one. Obviously, my growth was too slow. I needed to push my growth harder. I needed to get the cash moving. I needed to get the buildings down. I just needed everything to happen faster. And it was just, I think, partly my inability to get that down as quick as I needed to get it down. So I thought about that for a bit. And then I also looked at, I had 80 points left in tech, and I went back and I bought spikes. I figured if I put the spikes down, one, it would do some damage. It would also slow down those harpies and give me more time at the wall to take things down. And so I went into the next mission with that in mind, rushed some of my tech, got a shock tower up, and I put the shock tower just to the east of my camp as a stopgap measure. I wanted to put it there with a wall just to keep things from coming in, because the shock towers are really good about wiping out most of the zombies that are coming after us. The slow ones, the fast ones, the executives all drop really good to the shock tower. You only have to worry about the occasional tubby coming in. Problem with that was it also is fairly loud, and it pulled in a mutant, and the mutant came over there when I was not having any of my army. All my army was focused south. And he ran through the wall, and by the time I got up there to take him down, they had already crashed through, started to affect the wall, the houses, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. And try number 2. Try number 3. So the third try I went in for, I rushed tech again. I think rushing tech is right. I have a pretty good build now, at least in the center. There is a slight pause you have to do in the center to beef up a bit. You need to tech up, get some soldiers out and things like that. I mean, the Rangers are really great about clearing the initial area around your base camp. But past that point, you really do need soldiers, because they're the ones who can tank damage. And they do have some decent DPS. The Rangers are good for quick response if you needed it. Generally, I don't. So I use those guys mostly to just hold sides rather than putting up walls. I made it all the way out to, God, what was it, like day 80 something maybe? I survived the harpy wave without any problems at all. I figured out a wall build, if you will, that stops them pretty much dead in their tracks, as long as I got some of the soldiers that I was using to clear the map on that wall to back them up. That does really well. Even if they aren't there, it holds reasonably well, but soldiers really make the difference. Then I also tried to get my spire up for power. I got the veterans hall up so I could get all vets. And I started working on finishing off the clearing of the wall, the clearing of the northern part of the map, and setting up some walls up there. And I had some pretty solid walls ready for the spinner wave. And everywhere I had really figured on getting hit, I was solid. There was one little canyon that I thought, it's small, nothing's coming in through that. I'll put up a few walls, I'll throw in a couple of wasps, I'll be good. And no, they came in through that damn little valley that's like no more than a square wide, and just kept pouring through. Once they got the breach, once they got their beachhead, they came in and they ran rampant. Now, I stopped the wave, but I stopped the wave literally at the command post. So I had a good quarter of the map infected, and then I was trying to recover that the whole time up until when the mutants came in. The mutants came in and beat up on me pretty bad. They took out another quarter of the map, and at that point I just could not recover, and the giants came in and finished things off. So I made it all the way to the giant wave, but I had no hope of making it to the final wave. With all of that in mind, I have some lessons learned for me to take into the next mission. I'm going to go ahead and continue to try to do this, but I ran out of time before posting. And so I wanted to give you guys at least an update on where I was with the Arbellions. I am on the final wave. I've spent all of my tech points now. And one of the things I was trying to do at the very end of that last one is to pump out veteran level snipers and use them at the walls, because they are really good against things like the spitters. If you've got enough of them over there, they do pretty well, and they do really great against the mutants. They do great against giants. So what I wanted to do is to start to spam my walls with snipers. But my problem there was, at least in this last attempt, again, I got to the point where I was growing really nice, and then I got kind of focused on clearing, and I forgot to build a bunch of stuff for a little while, and I need to keep pushing those damn housing projects. And to that end, I think clearing the south may not be the best answer. I think going up north, either on the northeast or the northwest, would be one of the better things. I'm going to go up on the northwest. There's a number of places there that I can wall off and secure. There's a number of choke points, and that's the other thing I found. Many of my games, I will go right to the wall, and I will wall off at the very edge of the map. In this one, I find it is much better to wall off at the choke points, and so you really don't utilize the full extent of the map. And I had played around a little bit with putting a couple of, I'm not going to call them forts. They were quite weren't the forts out there, but they were little strongholds that had like a shock tower and some wasps in it. And I found them fairly effective, at least slowing some stuff down and taking an initial toll, taking a brunt off blunting the spear, if you will. So I'm going to try to do that some more. And hopefully in the next episode that you see of the Arbellions, I will be presenting to you the full gameplay of one that I actually succeed in. But this has been a really tough map. It's been a lot of fun. Most of them, if I fail once, I can think about it a little bit and make it through. This one is really taking a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I'm enjoying that. So come back and join me again on the next episode of They Are Billions, where I hope that we're going to have the Angel of Destiny, or whatever that thing is, the Statue of Destiny. We're going to take it down. Goddess of Destiny? Whatever she is. Take care. Bye-bye.
Creeping through the shadows in the corners of your mind. I go with the windows, I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf, I'm a lone wolf, I'm a lone wolf, I'm a lone wolf, I'm a